Hello, in this video I'm going to be looking at two LEGO Jurassic World sets. Each set is small, but has a rather long name. So this one is Velociraptor, Biplane Rescue Mission. And this one is Dr. Wu's Lab, Baby Dinosaurs Breakout. The split between the two is right down the middle here. Each set comes with two minifigures and two dinosaurs. We're going to look at the 4+ one first. Let me start actually with the main dinosaur, the biggest one, because that's probably what you're most interested in out of everything included in this set. It's a Velociraptor, and it's in dark tan and dark blue with a little bit of medium blue as well for accenting. So quite a bit of detail with the paint applications there. And this just has the normal articulation for one of these and the Utah Raptor inspired or Jurassic Park movie inspired feet there. So, you can swing these forward and back. You've got anti-studs underneath there so you can attach it in a moving pose on a studded surface. Looks pretty good. The arms move up and down, and they also have a clip for a hand so you can hold on to something bar sized and shaped. The head can turn side to side and can rotate around all the way. Actually, it looks really cool when it does that. And the mouth opens like so. It's got teeth top and bottom. Just one click there. There might be, there's a spot where you can kind of get it halfway open. You're not supposed to do that, but you can. So that's pretty much it for that. And you can put a person on top if you want. The tail back here does not rotate. It's just a separate piece that's rubbery compared to the hard plastic for everything else. So this doesn't hurt little kids, if they use it as a weapon. Speaking of little kids, here's a little kid dinosaur. It's supposed to be a baby Velociraptor. I love these things. I love the mold. And this one's just in sand green with dark green stripes going across the top. I'm just completely biased in favor of these things. So the more of them they make, the better, if you ask me. Let's just keep moving. The biggest thing, the main thing here is the biplane. And, this is a 4+ set. So as expected, this is based around a single large base piece, and they've used this for a bunch of the juniors / 4+, or I think for a time where they used in some 5+ ones. I think it was just 4+ and juniors, but different airplane containing sets will use the same thing. And this one's quite a bit different how it's done compared to others that they've done before. So it has a completely open top. You can put two minifigures in there. This is a print, the tail there. It's new for this year. Not the most opaque print, but nice. It has a little bit of metallic shine to it. And you can spin up the propeller. You can possibly, of course you can attach things to the top here, but you also can possibly attach something maybe that you're saving, or just if you have a figure who wants to be riding along like a daredevil, they can put their feet right there. And then this is a grapple, is a chain with a bar at the end of it. Now, what did I just say minutes ago could hold on to a bar? This. So the idea is that you can rescue your Velociraptor, because your Velociraptor is going to be very smart. And sorry about that. You can, put this down and it would just grab it as you fly by, and then you can take it away from danger, right? The idea is being nice to the animals. So that all works out, I think. There's also this, which is just a basic ATV, almost as basic as they come, but a little bit more detailed than it technically needs to be. It has a printed piece for the front. That's a little deluxe there. Again, not the strongest print, but again, a little bit of metallic shine to some of the elements there. Just a little bucket on the back so you can put some small things in there. I don't know what, not much. And this is intended to hold just a single figure sitting down. And finally, there is this build, which is just a little bit of terrain. And that is a one-piece bit of tree trunk there. Got a ladder going up to the top, so you have a little bit of an overlook here. Don't know what the food is for. I'm assuming that's going to be used as bait, or possibly just feeding the Velociraptor, who is, again, very smart and has strong hands and, can use them well. Good dexterity. So the Velociraptor, rather than jumping up here, may actually use the ladder. Or, a human could also. Inside of the trunk, it's hollowed out, so there's a little spot where you can potentially find something down there or store something down there. And also, behind this foliage, which is on a hinge, you can move that out of the way and reveal a couple of ancient gems in an old part of a sculpture or statue of some sort that's partially buried. I think all this works just fine. Small number of pieces, a lot of use here. And I appreciate the amount of foliage. Like, it looks more than realistic enough for what it's trying to be. The minifigures are Owen Grady and St. John Prescott, who also has the map there. So potentially the map could be something that you could find, or you could find the other quarter of it. So you can see where the X is that marks the spot, or perhaps the tree is the spot where you find those gems, and that is what you're looking for ultimately. Kind of choose your adventure here, I think the prints for these look pretty good for both of them. They're distinct enough, but earthy to go with the theme. And there's the alternate face for Owen and the rest of the back printing detail for St. John's torso. Spare parts for this set, not many, and no sticker sheet because it's a 4+ set and LEGO saves the pain and unpredictability of attaching stickers for older fans. With the lab set, once again, I need to first show you the dinosaurs because one of them is the baby Triceratops that I was first exposed to years ago when I was just playing the LEGO Jurassic World game through. They had the baby Triceratops, and at that time, as soon as it came on screen, I was like, oh my goodness, they've got to make this. Why have they not made it yet? It was just the most adorable little thing, the Triceratops in particular. And they finally made it. Finally. Took them way too long. And it meets expectations 100%. This thing is awesome. I hope that they will make more colors of this in the future. I mean, they've only done 2 of the modern Triceratops in total, the adult one. But they definitely need to make more of this in the future. I mean, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Now, it has no articulation whatsoever. Boo, but oh well. It's a small thing. Would have been nice to have even joined legs, left to right to be able to move them, but I don't know. Just the fact that it's an official LEGO baby Triceratops, and it looks great. It's too good. So the whole deal with this is that if you wanted to do like with their horses and have somebody riding it, then, like maybe grab on like that. There you go. That's how that's supposed to work. But then also when you put this on top, if you don't want to do that, you can do this instead. Kind of accomplishes the same sort of thing. Or potentially like you could take off just the plate there and try to set up a saddle for it, that's connected. It just gives you additional options. So it's good for LEGO to involve interchangeable, interconnectable plastic bricks. Kind of is the system and all. But yeah, enough about this? No, not enough about this. There will never be enough about this. It's a baby Triceratops. It's awesome. But there is then this. The baby Ankylosaurus, as they pronounce it in Jurassic World officially. Pronounce it however you want, I don't care. It's this. This thing actually may be cuter than the Triceratops. This is dual molded between tan and sand green. Look at the face. Look at the beak. Urgh. Oh, it's painful. Oh, parrot puffin beak thing. Oh, just the almost facial expression that it has. And then the eye being just so plain. It just screams innocence, and it just looks so babyish. Like, this is masterful design work to just pull at human heartstrings, I mean, these were not advanced animals, They're probably not too much smarter than just reptiles. Probably didn't have much in the way of emotions, if any. But look at that. Does that not spark emotions in you? Certainly does for me. I get the must protect instinct just looking at that face, I have to say. This one has just a single open stud on the top, so you can put a bar in there if you want to do that for some reason. Give it like a flag to run a banner or something. I don't know. But you can connect something to it, or maybe lift it up from that if it needs to be rescued. I don't know. Has the anti-studs on the underside, and that is that, and we must move on, unfortunately, to other things. Strictly speaking, it's not a baby dinosaur set, it's a lab set. So here's the lab. I'll look at this smaller table first, which has some nice details on it for its size. Typically these little table things that are just added on to a set, don't have much going on for them, but here you've got the tranquilizer gun or syringe and tranq gun. The microscope, which uses an inverted tile, 1x1 round tile, to represent a petri dish or a round slide there. That's clever. So simple. It's just sat there. It's not even really in place, but you see what it is. You got the baby bottle over here, which is appropriate. The laptop has an exclusive sticker to go with it this time around. And then you get the printed 1x1 amber piece with an ancient insect, winged insect built into it. So that's just a nice thing to get, generally speaking. The rest of the, let's start with the good stuff here, with the rest of the lab, the big part of it. So you've got the incubation chamber right here, so you can keep that closed up. That's very nice. Unfortunately, it doesn't spin. Like, for some reason, I expected to be able to turn that around. But you open it up, and this is a robot arm for manipulating these things. I guess it's intended to rotate them, pull them out very carefully, stuff like that. So this actually has a great amount of articulation for how simple it is. You can do a lot with this, so open up the jaws there. This is a really good design. So few pieces, but it works. And unfortunately, these eggs do get attached pretty well. The clutch power there is immense, but loosen it up. I'm just going to put this into the hand of the robot. It does hold it very nicely and very gently. Just kind of fits in there. The contours just fit in there. So that's actually really good. That's done well. One table over here. Of course, lots of displays. Got the coffee mug there. Move that out of the way. Stickers are used for most of the detail in here. So that's a big sticker. That's a big sticker up there. Looks like we got some problems and some, the usual problems for Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. Power is out. Animals are going to run wild. And then we're doing a little bit of analysis of what's going on with the eggs here. And then they've got displays showing the baby Triceratops there. And also another one showing, is it the same one or is this a slightly older one? I don't know. It looks older to me. Like the frill is bigger. So I feel like that's like a teenage one, not a baby one. So this is just a monitor that's supposed to be showing what's going on behind that glass there. The idea is that the exhibit or the enclosure for live animals would be there. And if things go wrong, then the animal could break out, as dinosaurs always do in this franchise, and then, run through the lab and you have to try to recapture it and bring it back in. So the idea is that this over here is the animal side of the enclosure. I'll just put this back to make it super realistic. It's fully enclosed around part of one side. Really have to suspend disbelief there. It's very difficult to do, in my opinion. And I think maybe if you angle it out like this and just imagine that this is a full wall back here, and like even if it just turned just a little bit here would have really helped with the imagination. Some food there for your herbivores, of course, and then a little trough for water. I don't know what this is supposed to represent here. The panel on the back of this, is that supposed to be accessible to the animals or not? Or maybe there's supposed to be a panel over this on the enclosure side that the animals would be able to break through, just trying their horns, for example, and then get into that and then cause havoc. Because if you look at the top of that print, there's some wires that have been broken, chewed through or torn through, and that's why the power has gone down. So I'm assuming that this is supposed to be on the enclosure side, though why would they put that stuff there? Oh, because it's a toy and they're trying to give you scenarios to play with it. Okay, that's fine. Not the most convincing thing, but I do like this design here, just not necessarily where it's placed. The figures here are once again Owen, and do we really need to have Owen in every single Jurassic World related set? I don't know about that. I mean, okay, Chris Pratt definitely can play some characters that kids will enjoy, but I think kids are more interested in the dinosaurs. Does Owen really need to be there always? Anyway, the other one is Dr. Wu, and I've always liked the Dr. Wu character. I like this one in particular because his torso print says doctor on it, but it doesn't say doctor of what? Doctor of where? It just says doctor. And it doesn't even have a Jurassic World print on it. It is completely non-specific, which means that it's way more useful for other things. If you want to reuse that Lego part, interchangeable brick-based construction system, if you want to reuse that part, you can do it a lot more easily than you could if there had been something specific to Jurassic World on there or with his name. That alternate face for Dr. Wu is striking. It is so full of emotion and animation. It's something special. I really like that. They really went in with that one, whereas the other one is fairly normal. Not many spare parts in this set, but a whole lot of stickers were used quite liberally for most of the details. That said, though this does feel like a lot of stickers to me for the size of the thing, I did like the designs of the stickers, and I do feel like if you hate stickers, you can leave off at least most of them and you still have most of the play value there. Now we need to talk about price. Yeah. Ready for this? The lab set costs $20 US. Sold. 100% good with that. Give me my baby Triceratops so I can swoon over it. Give me my baby Ankylosaurus so I can protect it. And we're good. In all seriousness, for the amount of stuff here, feels just a little bit high, but then two of the stuffs are dinosaurs, baby dinosaurs at that. Those are worth more than their volume of stuff, their volume of plastic, in my opinion, and just generally, historically speaking. This one, on the other hand, is $30. So a bit more, 50% more. Do you get more stuff with it? Yeah, you do. So that's good. And also, it's a 4+ set, so more of the pieces are big pieces. I'm okay with the price there. I want to say I'd like it to be $25, but then when I look at this dinosaur, that's not a tiny one. So I think the price is okay there also. I think a lot of parents would be willing to pay that and would feel good with the value that their kids get from this set. Because there's plenty of stuff that you can do with that set. The ATV, I kind of downplayed that myself just because Lego makes so many of these and I review so many sets that have them that they're not special to me, but this is a vehicle. And this is a vehicle for adventure. So put a figure on there, go to town, or go to the woods. Baby dinosaur, by the way, technically this is officially Delta, a baby Delta. The plane is good. And this might be my favorite thing in the set. So few pieces, but so useful. So good. Value overall for each of these, I think, is fine. Design is fine. The lab, not so great with the idea of the enclosure. It's just not that believable to me. The lab part itself, the interior part, I'm good with. The enclosure part needed something. I would have been okay with losing one of these desks to give another side to the enclosure. I mean, even when you do like this with it, turn it into an L, that's just not enough to me. It's just too open around here and stuff. My brain doesn't make the connection well enough. I can do it, right? I have the ability to use imagination. This can be an entire huge facility in my imagination, but I would like there to be just a little more push, a little more suggestion there, a little more implication. But what do I know? I think that's it. For my thoughts. So I did build these two together in a single session as well. So you can check out, the pure build or the real-time build. The pure build, which is the real-time build, or the speed build if you'd like to. And yeah, pretty much done here. So I'll move on to the next thing and talk to you again soon.